So we're working on leveling or making a level line for the header posts, and this is delicate because I just set these posts, you know, an hour ago, and they're still wanting to move and be squishy. So I don't really want to be trying to tie a string line and snap off of that. Plus I don't have a string level anyway. What I wanted to do was mark out where I wanted to be able to set the laser level here, like in this corner, to where I could hit a whole bunch of posts down low and then measure up from those posts, or measure down to the ground first to reference which post was the lowest, and then measure up to a common height, and then snap a string line once I had a common height. But that's not working out like I wanted to do. Probably doesn't make sense, probably just confused you guys. But what I ended up doing was basically right up here in front of the barn is pretty level, you know, within, I don't know, an inch. So level enough for me, because there's nothing set in stone about how this has to be. So I measured up to the top of the doorway here, and it's about it's like 80, I don't know, it's like 87 or 88 inches to right here, which is going to be the bottom of the joist. Basically there's going to be a header that runs right across that piece of trim. So measure up to the bottom of where the header will be, and we're going to use joist hangers, and that was like 88, like I said. So then I came over and I just said from the ground up I went to 80 inches, and I made a mark. And so my mark there, maybe you can see the little pencil line there, that little weed's moving, the little weed shadow's moving. Made a mark, and then I hung my laser level on that mark, and it was just strong enough, because it's getting brighter out here and the battery's getting weak. It was just strong enough that I was able to see over to this post with the laser. So then I made my mark there with that laser line, transcribed the mark around, all the way around the pole, and then had to do it again. So I'm having to sit here and go, come on, Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Where's my line? There's a line. So I'm having to go post by post, which kind of sucks. The only other thing I could do to be a little faster was I'd have to come out here tonight after dark with fresh batteries, and then maybe I'd be able to do 3 or 4 posts at a time. But even still, this laser level doesn't have that much range on it. So this is what I'm doing for now, pole by pole, trying to get enough that I can at least get maybe this front header up today before I have to go around the bus route this afternoon. So just trying to keep plowing ahead. Okay, so the lines for the header is scribed all the way around like I was showing you guys. Went all the way around the back of the barn and all the way to this last post. The laser was just bright enough in the daylight to catch that longer span from that post to that post. Still haven't measured it. It's supposed to be, well, between the posts is about 11 feet, I think, actually is what I measured. But it should put these back row posts off the back of the barn about 12 feet. Anyway, so they're all scribed and marked. You can see the marks on that one. And now we're fixing to start putting up the headers. Every one of them is going to be a little bit of a custom cut. They're not, you know, they're 7 feet on center, give or take. So I'm going to have to measure every single one of them, which is going to be kind of slow and tedious, but we can get her done. So we're getting the first header up here, and I'm just doing a 2x4 across. I mean, this is going to be a, like I said, a pole barn, super lightweight. The only thing is holding up is the weight of the boards themselves and the 10. So I don't think we need anything super fancy. I mean, a 2x6 to make a 7-foot span wouldn't be bad. Maybe in the back where I make that 11-foot span, I'll double up the 2x4s. But I think just a plain old 2x4 is plenty out here anyway. Just nailed tight on both ends. If it starts to sag in the future, I guess I'll figure something out then. But anyway, got that end nailed up, and I'm resting the opposite end on this clamp. That way I can, it's kind of like having my helper here. So I put the clamp up, rest the end on this piece, nail that in, and then come over and nail this end. And I've got my level up here just for fun, just to make myself feel good. And we are dead on, which we should be, because we use the laser level to transfer these lines. But that's why I just wanted to check, kind of eyeballing it here. Like I said, I just wanted to check with the level to make sure. So we're gonna keep trying to work our way around, see how many of these headers we can get put up. So we are rolling right along on putting up the headers. And I've run into a stopping point now. Unfortunately, I got these next 3 up this morning, but now we have a problem, because now we have a gap from this post to there about 12 feet, and I don't have any 12-foot 2x4s cut. So I'm either gonna have to sister a couple together, or I'm gonna have to go to the sawmill. I've got some logs that are over 12 feet. And I think I need to cut them out as maybe 2x6s or something anyway for that longer span. So I gotta try to decide here and think about what I want to do. But otherwise, we'll get this long span up, and then those are all short spans again, less than 8 feet, and we'll have all our headers up. But I've at least got a corner done, and the headers on those 2 sides done, so I can actually start putting the header on the barn itself if I want to, and start actually putting up rafters and purlins, I guess. If I can do that instead of going to the sawmill and having to cut this 2x6. All right, well, alas, all the headers are up across the posts, and the headers are up all the way along the outside of the barn. I've got, I don't know, 3 more stringers or 3 more rafters that I can put up here that are the 8-foot length, or 8-ish, and then everything else is cut longer. So I got to get over on the sawmill and start making me some longer 2x4s and 2x6s.